Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Hennessy Performance Racing League in the Xfinity Series. Tonight in the booth, yours truly, driver of the 17 Cup car, I am Mr. Slick NASCAR. And up in the booth with me as well, another fellow Cup Series driver. We're both getting ready to run Michigan here in about an hour or so. Mr. Driver of the 24 for Hendrick, Mr. Papa Musso. How are you, Papa?
I am great.
Alright. Well, as we go to Charlotte, let's talk a little bit last week about Pocono.
Yes. So, last week, Pocono was definitely one of the more exciting races, I would say. I personally didn't see much of it, but I know how the track is. It always creates really great excitement. It's a big track, 2.5 miles. Um, I think, a little bit over, a little bit less than 50-second lap times. It's high up there.
Yeah.
So it's a long grueling race, and it's a long lap there. But going from Pocono to Charlotte is a big game changer for some of these drivers, because maybe someone from Pocono had a little bit of momentum that they didn't have before, and now they're going to be going to a track that is known to create some chaos, especially in the draft.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, last week we saw Pocono. We saw a hot seat guy, and I believe it was YB in that 61 and McCartan the 9. They bumped each other up the track, and you may be surprised by this, or you may have already known, but the winner of that race ended up being Mr. Hendrick in that 92 car. So a big win for Hendrick, and possibly some really big momentum with only one race. Well, actually, I believe this is the last or second race before the playoffs begin.
Yeah, and that's a great win for Hendrick. He's been known to race really well at those big 2-mile tracks, such as Michigan and Auto Club, and some of the super speedway races that I've been with him, he's been easily a top 10 contender. And Pocono being a draft track, but being a much more different draft track, it's really nice seeing him getting that checker flag last week at the Tricky Triangle.
Yeah, actually, there is two more races after this before the playoffs. It'd be, well, actually, no, tonight, and then the Oval next week will end the regular season. So, looking at the point standings after 13 races. Your points leader Speed leads, McCard second, Kenny third, Masopes fourth, Eric fifth, T-Bird sixth, Killer seventh, and JoJo eighth, rounding out the playoffs. Is there really any guy you look in particular below the cut line that obviously doesn't have a win yet, like Hendrick and Jose Protege, that can possibly sneak their way into playoffs via the points?
Actually, yes. And these are somewhat of a stretch here. But I can see two drivers now, just looking from the points here. Brody being one of them, and I2 Ballstick. Look, he had, I believe he has already had Cup experience before. And it plays a huge role in competitive field. I2 was one of those drivers who was really good in the Cup Series, and went down to Xfinity Series. And I can definitely assure you that he was expecting a bit probably a little more from the season with that Cup experience. But that doesn't take away from his talent, nor from Brody. Brody's also had some of that Cup experience, if I'm not mistaken, and he could really show up and make a statement here tonight.
Yeah, not to mention you also got a cup guy that's racing Cup. You got Big Jim as well, so Jim can also probably, if he wins, I think he would get one of the wild cards. I'm not quite sure, but Jim also being a Cup guy, veteran, and then dropping to the Xfinity Series.
And speaking of the Cup guys, I can't stress enough how much of an advantage it is to get that Cup experience. It is tough in the Cup Series. I came into the season thinking I was going to win some races. I haven't won yet, but I've been looking forward to some of these tracks coming up. And it's very difficult. It is very difficult in Hennessy. These are some of the best drivers, and we're seeing it. We're seeing it happen. Speed, McCard, Kenny, Stokes, always Eric, who's always been a favorite in the Xfinity series, and in last season he even won Michigan, which the Cup series is racing tonight. So it is definitely a huge field for the Xfinity series, talent-wise, driver-wise, and overall, just experience.
Yeah, and before we get into this Charlotte race, who is your pick to win tonight here at Charlotte?
I have either Kenny, always Eric, or Speed. Look, Speed is one of those drivers that I can tell you, because he tells quite a bit to me, that he wish he could have a couple of more races won here. Should have a few more races won here and there. But is overall still having an impressive season, which almost 100 points over his teammate McCard, and he's sitting comfortable right now. Let's just say that.
Yeah, indeed, those JRM cars, they have been really quick. I mean, Papo, they're a part of HMS's stable over there with like Joker, you. So must be good seeing the JRM cars sitting 1-2 in points right now.
Oh yes, but it's from the team's perspective. JRM and HMS have done such a good job to bring good cars and good setups and a lot of good strategies, and you can see it. Two of arguably the most competitive and talented racers are leading this field tonight when it comes to points. And Kenny LaFleur, who was supposed to come here and be a road course ringer, has done himself a mighty fine job at the ovals. So that also just to show you how talented some of these drivers really are.
Yeah, it should be quite unique, quite interesting race tonight. I mean, obviously we saw the Cup cars a couple weeks ago go to Charlotte. Obviously, it drives differently compared to other series, but are there kind of really any strategy or tips to give these Xfinity guys heading into Charlotte?
Well, from my experience, being a 300-mile race for the Cup Series side, it is a long, grueling race. But this is a much more shorter race. I believe it's 150 miles, which is 100 laps, which is being completely different from the Cup Series. It's a lot quicker pace, and even though it's 100 laps, it will go by quick. I believe it's going to be not so much draft dependent. I know the draft will keep you, in the race, but hitting that apron perfectly is also another key factor into Charlotte. You can't just, dive it in there, and get under someone, hit the apron, and not lose a lot of positions, because it's going to happen. That bottom will freight train you, and, you're leading the race 1 second, next second you're last place. That's how difficult it is here at Charlotte. So,
I mean, we saw in the Cup Series, obviously, it ended up turning into basically single file the whole race. Well, do you think we will see any of that tonight in the Xfinity cars?
can you please ask that question again?
Do you think, obviously we saw with the Cup cars, they were single file, do you think we'll see quite a bit of that here tonight at Charlotte, or you think we'll see some two wide battling throughout the race?
I think the product of the Cup cars being a little bit more faster created that single car speeds. Now with slower speeds, we may see, well, not much slower, but we may see a little bit more of a impact on the runs we get here in the Xfinity series. So I do think we may see slightly more side-by-side racing than we did earlier in the season with the Cup cars.
Indeed, and we have gotten the green light to join from Jokers, so we are good to join here.
We have a pretty decent sized field here.
We got, it looks like about 20 cars. Let's see who got Alright, we're gonna load in here for the Drive for the Cure 250. Not quite
And
250 miles,
I
but...
believe Brody got the pole, so my pick, are you doing great so far?
Yeah, you mentioned Brody in the pre-race. I mean, he gets a win. I'm pretty sure he would either knock Jose Protege or Hendrick out of one of those wildcard spots. So if he does win, it would be a big win for Mr. Brody. Alright, here we go. Brody, and looks like it's the 9 of McCard gonna lead him to the green flag at Charlotte. And the Chibi is the hot seat in the 61.
He qualified third with some good speeds.
I did mention Jim as well. Jim's running 4th right now. They're already wild back here. 3 wide back here. The 18 of Worm. I believe that's the 50, the 00. Oh, contact between the 18 and the 74. 74 goes into the wall. The 0 of Ballstick is going to pass him. Oh, who is that? The 10, I believe. One of the colleague cars. It is the 10. Gets into the grass. He's going to fall back.
Oh, there's a checkup in the back right now.
Yeah, there is major lag coming from back here. Don't know quite who it is. Might be the 4. We're going to go back to the front. There's your points. There's your speed. Qualified somewhat not in the top 5, so he's trying to work his way through the field. Chibi there on the outside. Oh, a little bit of contact between Speed and the 61 at Chibi. Speed's going to get to the inside of the 61. We'll go on board with the 8. Chibi going to get that outside. Like you mentioned, Papo, draft can be a really key factor in these races.
And like we're saying, I mean, I know it's early in the race, but Chibi was 3rd place in Apron a couple times and dropping back to the rock right now.
Whoa, Speed into the grass a little bit there, side by side up here. The 08 of, I don't know who this is, but the 08 is up in the 3rd. Who's that behind him? That is, no, always Eric has worked his way up into 2nd.
The 08 is Vladimir.
Vladimir, okay, thank you.
I believe I could be mistaken by his username, but I believe he's the
Ah, okay. And thank you for correcting me. I wasn't quite sure if it was a random that got into that just randomly got invited. But anyway, back we go. The 36 of Nike. I gotta get used to Nike in the 36. I was used to my soaps in the 36. Speaking of that 22 back here, let's get to that 22. The 22 of my soaps. Kind of in a little bit of a battle here with the 54, the 8, Jim. Believe the 47 of JoJo behind him as well, and the 20 of Killer.
I believe we've had a couple of drivers in the Twitch so far this season. I believe early this season was electric.
Yes, and then we had a trade between Penske and I believe JGR to put my soaps in the 22, and Electric moved to the 54.
So it's kind of funny how the things have turned here. Electric is in front of this little team.
And then Nike also, I believe, drove the 54, and he's now in the 36. Still on board with my soaps. 54, the Twix machine. That's a beautiful ride in front of my soaps there. That I do like that Twix car. So we're gonna go back here. There is a little bit of a battle between Jim and the 36 of Nike. Yeah, there's a...
They are way off.
They're way off. I don't know. It could have been lag or maybe just some sort of strategy. We'll see how that plays out later in the race.
And Hendrick was really affected by it, which, I mean, again, he has some wins laps, so he gets the time. I think he'll be up for this race.
Yeah, definitely got momentum. Oh, Brody went a bit high. I believe you may have hit the apron. You mentioned it, Papa. You hit apron here at Charlotte, and it's gonna cost you a couple spots.
Unfortunate for Brody, he really didn't have anyone behind him.
Now Brody's gonna look to the inside of the 08. Shibi's gonna pass the 08, move into third.
Yeah, Brody could have lost a lot more spots if not kept the spots there because he had a little bit of a gap from the second pack there. But yeah, I mentioned it will bite you really badly.
Oh, speaking of the apron, I believe Jim just hit the apron. As we're talking about the apron, one of the drivers hits it. That'd be Big Jim in the 6.
And that's what the cup drivers, so you can tell how difficult it is to nail your corner every single time, you know?
Yeah, it's very interesting because obviously we know how Cup and Xfinity cars drive differently. So going from a Cup car
61.
to Xfinity, 61. Going to the inside of that is the 16. Eric is, I think barely kept it off the wall.
Oh, that was close. I don't know. He barely screamed or something, man. That was close.
Yeah, you mentioned the second pack back here. Kenny is also back here as well. Don't know what happened to Kenny, but he's back here with Hendrick. Looks like the 74, the 18, the 0, and the 10.
Yeah, look what's happening. That 22. Oh, contact with the 22 and the 54 of Electric and Basopes.
Oh.
That has brought that pack a little bit further behind.
Oh, rivalry renewed between between Masopes and Electric there.
Man, you know, that's one thing I do like about the Xfinity drivers. You know, I hate to see some guys get into it, but the series needs some of the action, some of the rivalries, you know. It's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to see. Speed back here with the 20. Chibi is now almost right on the back bumper of that 9 car of McCard, who is currently the leader. Always Eric is also under pressure from Brody behind the leaders for third, and the 08 as well. Chibi, yeah. Well, we've seen Papu. I mean, these hot seat guys, they're not gonna take these Xfinity guys lightly. They're not just gonna let them win a race. They're gonna battle for the win, obviously being a hot seat guy.
Oh, and you know what makes it more fun to talk to you guys is they know that they're working at the game. And a lot of the times they're smiling, you know, with every single brother pass or every single time they catch up to the leader. Because it's fun. It's fun being a hot seat driver. I was a hot seat driver at Iowa, and man, I had a blast in the truck series there, the 3/4 short track.
Yeah. Oh, the 08 gives the 21 the bumper. Oh, puts him into the wall.
Puts him into the wall. Vladimir.
Oh, Nike spinning through the infield.
Oh, no.
Tough break for Nike. He just believe he was trying to avoid what happened in front of him and just went through the grass and spun.
Oh man, that's an unfortunate. I don't know if it's different for all tracks, but I tell you one thing, Charlotte grass is no joke.
Yeah. Speaking of the lead, look at this. The 16 is caught up to the 2 leaders. He's right underneath, trying to get underneath the 9 of McCart for second.
And Eric's gonna do it. What a corner from Eric, but it's gonna get tight off the corner.
Oh, still side by side. Good job of McCart keeping it out of the wall.
If Eric can just nail the spark right here, and the 9 car just keeps that room. I mean, that 9 car is an option to pitch him down, which we're seeing it happen right now. And the 9 car is going to clear here.
Yeah, you also got the 08 as well in this mix as well.
And that's one thing. This is one of those tracks that if you can get a car under you, has to lift a little bit, you're going to get around them. And as dominant as that bottom lane is, that 9 surge holding strong to run that middle lane. So
Yeah. I mean, we see that these guys have been able to stick with each other. I mean, yeah, the top 4 have pulled away, but Jim and Brody and all of them seem to be catching them while they're battling back here. The 9 is pulling some blocks on the 16. Oh, 16 hits the apron just a little bit.
yeah, and I think we just saw the 9 of McCard tap the wall a little bit. And when I say that it's hard to pull away at a draft track, it really is hard to pull away. And we're seeing these hot seat drivers do it.
Yeah, and I mentioned Jim and Brody and all them. With these three battling, Jim is caught right up to the 08, 16, and the 9. Same with Brody at 22 as well.
This may bring some of those faster guys into the picture again and maybe make their way up to top 5 position.
Yeah, we're gonna go on board here with Jim, see his perspective for this next lap or so. So yeah, they have really gained on these top 30 in front of them.
It's Xfinity series we're talking about here. They get kind of
yeah, you gotta. I mean, we've seen the truck series. You can say they've been the cleanest series all season compared to Xfinity and Cup. But I gotta give all respect as they are going crazy up here now for the battles. I go off of Jim, and now he immediately starts battling somebody. I think that was the stage.
That was back to stage.
Chibi, stage 1 winner. McCard is in second, I believe. Yep, Eric third. I don't know if the 08 or Jim got fourth, and I believe Brody got fifth.
So,
actually, I can pull Jim's stream up for a lap counter. Actually,
I expected that as a top 5, top 10. Just a couple of notable surprises. You know, we heard Kenny the Floor struggle a little bit early in the race. Maybe got caught up in something in the back. We just saw Jackson, who had a strong performance, you know, coming to him from stage 1, disappear.
Yeah, the 08 did beat Jim, so Jim got 5th and the 08 got 4th. Alright, back to the front. Chibi and McCart gonna lead them. A little bit of lag on the start, but it should settle down here in a second. Yeah. Got major lag. Yep. I got a car flying on my screen. This is very interesting. They're like, I don't even know what's going on at this point. Well, I can try my best to commentate. Chibi still leads, McCart is second, and Eric is third. And I can't even tell if Jim or the 08 is fourth right now. They're just, this is
horrendous.
Seems to be not lagging on Jim's stream, so it may just be spectator mode.
Oh, and there's a wreck in the back. 2 cars, 3 cars involved.
Oh, the zero. Oh, RFK team, or JD teammates, the 0 of Ballstick and the 4 of, I believe that is, yeah, McAvoy. That is going to bring out a caution.
Yep, caution is down, and maybe this will fix our flag issue. Sorry for
yeah, nothing we can really do about it being Heat 5, but we'll try our best here to work with the flag. Yep, caution is going to bring it out. As JD, you could say RFK teammates collide in the back. Not sure what happened, but it does suck for the JD Motorsports teammates back there.
Yeah, I'm not gonna jump to conclusions, but I feel like Mike has affected the race.
Alright, let's see. Oh, the 08 T-Bird and the 08. Very interesting.
And I think
it's fixing itself somewhere, yeah.
No,
never mind. Oh, well, yep, the 98 just got yep, there they
that's a big
go.
wreck.
Oh,
That's a
the
big wreck.
98
That's
up
a
and
big.
over, flipping
That's
down
a
the
big wreck.
backstretch, doing at least like 3 barrel rolls. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
no. Oh.
Oh,
Oh
the
my god.
98 of T-Bird. God, I'm not sure who he got hit by, but it sent him flipping. Oh my gosh.
Oh god. What a wild ride for T-Bird. Oh my. Oh, that's yeah.
Okay, yeah. Joker has said to back out and go back in and see if it fixes
Yeah.
this. I should got
The,
another invite, so let's
he's
see.
currently saying the lobby is laggy. So
Pardon for the interruption, folks, but we will try to fix this as we go.
yeah, T-Bird went on a wild ride, and his last name is Bird, so has to fly at some point.
Yeah.
Speed Hubert to this booth as we get back to racing here. Hopefully, have an invite.
Alright, I will send you an extra one just in case.
Yes, please, because all the other two are expired.
Alright, we're gonna jump back in here. Hopefully the lobby has fixed itself. Meanwhile, on Jim's stream, it looks like the 08 has taken the lead. Can't tell who's in second. Jim is back in 15th at the moment. And yes, there are 20 guys racing, so you got the estimate right on racers.
Okay, back in here.
Seems to have died down. 61. Oh my, holy shibby. Sends it up the inside. He's gonna take the lead.
It has gone worse.
Oh, this is. It would appear that the broadcasters are having a little bit of technical difficulties right now.
Yeah. Well, he got a bunch of quarters, so don't know what stay in the game. Aspirate 5 copy games right now.
Looks like it may have actually fixed itself, at least on my screen. Because it looks like they're not teleporting around anymore. Oh, well, I say that and it starts back up again. Kenny's back here in this big pack.
Oh, 47 just put the 22 in the wall.
Oh,
That's
yep.
create a big pop. Bad wreck.
Oh my lord, the big one off the backstretch at Charlotte. Oh my lord.
And dang it, bro, my channel was getting good at the end there.
Can't even tell how many cars. I saw Hendrick involved, the 36 involved. I think the 18 got involved.
Wow.
As in the general Hennessy Discord, they're saying JoJo, what a move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not quite sure what JoJo was
said,
doing there.
If I'm not mistaken, they're saying JoJo, what a winning move.
Yeah.
What a winning. No, but it was hard to tell from my end. He could have hit the apron.
Yeah. Well, JoJo with not making very guys happy right now.
And bad news. My engine's right back to where it was.
Yep.
And no spikes yet. All right.
Oh, yep, yep.
Flag is back. Man. What do you have for the driver said the flag is getting worse and it's pretty far right.
Oh my, yep, on my screen. Oh, yep, they're just, I don't even know what's going on at this point. I can't even commentate this right now. I don't know what we're gonna do here. I don't know if we're gonna back out or what, but...
And it sounds like now we're just limited the stage
Yep.
for all the drivers. And should be your stage 2.
You know, you gotta give it up for Chibi. I mean, coming down here to race hot seat. I mean, we've seen what he's been doing in Cup and that 20 for JGR. Just you gotta give all respect to the guy.
Yeah, and I can tell you someone who I cannot give respect to right now is the owner of NASCAR 5.
Yeah, 704 games.
I never knew we were gonna play Snake Ohio.
Yeah, seems like we're playing Bagario down here in Heat 5. It looks like Jim took the lead. I think the lag actually has died down from at least.
I would trust that straight line.
Yeah, well, it's still. Yep. I say something in it. Yep. Hey, here we go.
There we go. We're going back with the lag.
Someone in the back is Rick. That might be. Nope, not the 92 of Hendrick, because Hendrick's up here in like 4th. You know, I mentioned Hendrick. He's running in the back, and he just appears to come out of nowhere.
And they're in the car in the back. Again.
I don't want to end the stream, but I may have to if it doesn't settle down.
Yeah, I don't want to do that just yet. Oh, damn. Just make everything.
Yeah.
Oh. Back. It looks to be someone's taking the roll course portion of the back.
Oh my, who is that back there? Oh my, they're like 4. Oh, yep.
That's gonna be what?
And I think I think the 16 just. Oh man, the 0 spun under caution.
What?
So I'm not quite sure what Always Eric was doing there, but
Alright, so I didn't see a wreck prior to this, but if one of the drivers or admins are currently listening to the
okay, it says I think there's a manual. I believe there's a manual on track. Chibi's gonna take the road course part. He's practicing for next week. That's next week, Chibi. This is regular Charlotte, not the road course.
I don't know if they're experiencing lag or not, but if they were experiencing lag, then this could also have the next meeting.
Yeah.
But that was weird. I didn't see anything right until we started slowing down.
Hendrick is appeared in 3rd. There's that 92 car. Winner of last week's race, if you guys did not tune in last week. Very exciting win for Hendrick. Got his first Hennessy or HPL win.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy how this progression of the race has gone. He was in the back at one point in time, and now he's top 5 in a good position to contend.
Yeah. Kind of trying to figure out what is going on right now. I believe it is a manual, though. I think they're all going to come down to they're going to bring it down pit road. Big Jim will lead them down pit road. And yeah, Joker said it's the lobby and there's nothing we can really do about it. So we're gonna.
Now, I was hearing in the chat, and I can't confirm, but I do think Chippy got a spot, and it sounds like he's just fed.
Damn. According to Kenny, Jim was going pedestrian speed in pit road. Oh, a little bit of strategies that. Who stayed out? Who took?
Well,
this is the 08. Looks like Chibi.
Chibi got out.
Yeah, it is lobby lag, so there's really nothing we can do. We're just gonna have to kind of work
The way,
the
yeah,
best.
the way the cars went would really affect your pit stop. So by spot on.
The oh 08, I believe Jim did lose, went from leading to about 5th after the pit stops.
Not bad at all.
You know,
Could have been worse.
I didn't make a pick for this race, but I think, you know what, Hendricks got all the momentum. I'm gonna take that 92 car to go back to back.
And I'm gonna say we're gonna have the most. I'm not gonna say exactly who I think is gonna win perfectly, but I'm still gonna pick them I do. However, I do think we're gonna go surprise them.
Choose cone as they all go to the choose cone. Chibi, Hendrick go high. I believe the leader is the 08, so he picks the bottom along with always Eric, Big Jim, McCard. I believe that is Speed also behind him as well. Yeah, you mentioned the Zero. He's been involved in somewhat most of the wrecks, but he's not had a. I mean, he's had probably a bad race right now, but seems to have gained some spots in these last couple laps.
That's really good to see. Such a great race, but come back hopefully have I would say a very motivating, like more encouraging race.
Encouraging.
Yeah, more encouraging race now.
Back green we go. 08 and 61. We're gonna try our best here, folks, to call the race with the lobby lagging. 08 still gonna lead. 16 pushing him. Hendrick is, I believe, underneath Chevy. Oh, 08 goes up the block. Jim's gonna go 3 wide. Oh, Jim almost hit the apron there.
Thinking of Hendrick, I don't know if it's his curse or what, but he is falling back.
Hendrick, if you're listening to me, I apologize, bud. I didn't want to give you the commentary curse, but I may have just given you that. Seems like at least every race, once a race in a broadcast, we talk about a driver that he's doing good, and then he gets the curse.
Yeah, I can tell you, I had my fair share of commentaries first. That really last season, I driving at Las Vegas, and there was
Chibi's gonna regain the lead. The 16's gonna follow Jim. Here comes that 8. We really haven't talked about Speed. He's quietly had a good race though. Yeah, we're gonna go. Oh, there. Whoa, I don't know. I think something happened to the 98 or one of the drivers. I couldn't quite tell. So we're gonna try to get on board with the 8 of Speed right on the back bumper of Jim. Now, if you're those 2 leaders, you kind of want this to happen so you can pull away, but we'll see what happens here. Oh, the 08. Yeah. You know, we mentioned JoJo when he made that interesting move earlier in the race. He's actually worked his way into, I believe, 5th. I believe JoJo's actually the last one in the playoffs right now, so this is a good... JoJo needs these type of runs to stay in that playoff spot. There's Kenny as well. He was having not such a good race early on, but he's running right behind that 47 of JoJo. Oh, 16 in the 6 making... Believe the 16 tried to block him. They're going to send each other up the track. Speed and JoJo. Oh, the 16 almost calms down in front of JoJo. Oh, they're making contact again. The 19 and the 47 this time. Not quite sure if that was a good block from Eric or not on Jim. It almost resulted in a big one. Good job of those drivers saving it, though.
I don't know, man. I think that might have picked off Eric. I don't know for being, very aggressive with that, but I do know.
I've raced with Eric a lot, and I know that he can get mad at some moves, but he doesn't really get mad at most moves very often. Now, question is, can Jim catch Chibi?
Well, I figured that he made it there, so he might as well try to go for a lead down. Check right now.
Again, we've seen Jim in this spot the last couple of races, and it's just been pit road speeding penalties that have ultimately costed him probably 1 or 2 wins. I believe he would. Yep. that's twice that we've done that.
And he can set up more now.
Oh yeah, Eric is. You could say getting teamed on by the 54, the 9, the 21, and JoJo back here. And Kenny's moved into 4th as well.
Now this is also an unpopular opinion. Do you think when they see a guy that usually can touch racing all the time, win a lot, don't you think they're more aggressive with those guys than they are with the rest of the field?
I guess I can see that. I mean, it probably depends on what type of track you're racing at, obviously. But I can very well see that because, I mean, we know how good Eric can be, and they're like, you know, you get to the back bumper of that car and they're like, oh, I want to immediately pass him.
Get an opportunity.
As they are still great. Oh, Kenny, I believe, just hit the wall behind Speed. I will get a lap counter as soon as Jim crosses the line. Maybe about 20 or so to go. Looks like, 36 to go. Yeah, indeed. Kenny and Speed. Again, the lag is not helping the case to call this battle, but there's nothing we can do, so we'll just have to call it the best that we can.
It looked like Kenny got under the 8 and the down. I think that was just fine.
Yeah. That Jim is trying to somewhat reel in that 61 to 2. Yeah, net code is I would explain it, but it's somewhat of a difficult thing to explain. Let's just say if it's when the game is bad enough that it makes See, when you race Heat 5 and then get net coded, then you'll find out what net code is. Yeah, Kenny has passed the 8 of Speed into 3rd. Let's see, anything going on? Oh, you got a battle
I don't
between the
know.
0 and the 92 back here.
Watching from the Chippy thing, I feel like has Chippy has a lot of experience without so right now I think
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, Jim, he's been up front leading with only a few laps to go, but ultimately like pit road has been an issue for that 6 car, so, and it's ultimately costed them at least 1 or 2 wins. But let's see if Jim can not not gonna jinx my my teammate down here, but let's hopefully he does not get another speeding penalty.
yeah, that's another speaking penalty that's hitting hard as late.
Yeah, I believe Kenny is right. I'm trying to pass Jim. I mean Kenny. It looked like he was having a bad race in stage 1, but he has just flown through this field ever since then.
Yeah, and that's part of the race. It's hard to do good until they get but it's much more harder to do at one of these tracks.
Yeah,
First
yeah. You can, Daytona, Talladega, obviously being super speedways, you can just get to the bottom and gain spots with the guys on the high
now,
lane, but
I may be mistaken here, but it looks like Big Jim's starting to get improved now because he is starting to catch up with Kenny in speed.
yeah, he was about, I believe, at least 2 seconds behind Chevy possibly when he passed uh, Eric for second about 10 laps or so ago, and it's about, I think, an 8/10 of a second lead for Chevy, so he has definitely gained on him.
Yeah, that's the help of Kenny looking for in a speed race. Well, we had to look for it, but
uh,
but but no, that's not the takeaway anyway. We're counting some top drivers in the field right now are helping out Big Jim with the cup experience. That is a great catch up to
yeah,
current
definitely.
Jimmy.
As we're gonna go on board with the 6 of Big Jim to see exactly where he's better than Chibby at here at Charlotte.
And it's nice to see this combined together right now.
Yeah, I'm you know, being up here in the booth, obviously you want to call the race, but it would be like, I would like to see Jim win, being a teammate of RFK, so, you know, you gotta give all respect to Jim and all of us over at RFK, JD, and the Truck Series for building a good team.
Yeah, and here comes Big Jim. He's
Oh, Chibby may have gotten loose there down the backstretch.
oh, Kenny gave him some love.
Oh, Chibby is pitting. Chibby. Oh yeah,
Oh, Kenny!
we got
Kenny
green
might
flag
have
pit
just sped.
stops.
I'm not exactly sure, but it's either the leader went into conservative or Kenny might have sped. But if Kenny didn't speed, he made up a big ground on Chevy.
Yeah. Now one advantage Jim does have is that he does have a wheel, and I believe he does use a shifter. So if it comes down to possibly saving, we know what Jim can do being on a wheel. Makes a big difference compared to guys on controller. Jim is down pit road now. Let's see, I will give you how much left of fuel they have.
finish at like what,
24 laps and 27 laps of fuel. So they're good. And I can give you an update. Jim did not speed down pit road this time.
Wow.
Yeah,
And he
so
gained so much.
good for Jim for not speeding that time.
Yeah. He did a speed drop. Yeah. He's right behind you.
Yeah, we're gonna go up here to this battle now. I believe the lag has died off because I can actually see the cars without lagging somewhat. Yeah, Kenny has gained match. So is Speed. Speed gained a lot of time too. Chibi took an awkward entrance into pit road. Being Charlotte, it is somewhat of a, I would say, a difficult pit road compared to some tracks, but Kenny and Speed have both gained.
It's difficult because the pit road hits you like right out the front. I mean, like right there.
Yeah, and it can come up fast and you can miss it or speed down pit road without knowing it. As Kenny is now almost right to the back bumper of Chibi. Oh, Chibi, I believe, hit the wall there. It's gonna give Kenny, Chibi, a little bit of a wall right there. Yeah, you got a battle back here between the 16 of Always Eric and the 21 of Brody. We're back to the battle for the lead. The 19 and the 61. We did see last week in the Truck Series, we did see a bump and run move by Mr. Shake and Bake on the last lap. Will we get one here on the last lap? Yeah, especially, I mean, it looks like these three are pretty much equal. Speed is just a little bit further back, but it looks like the 61, 19, and 8 could all be equal here. We go back to Kenny and Chevy. They're still going to the lead. And hello to those 5 of you tuning in to the Xfinity series at Charlotte. Be sure to tune into that one. Michigan, me and Papo, hopefully both be racing that race. Should be an exciting one at Michigan. I mean, yeah. I mean, we just went to, you could basically call Michigan a super speedway with how the draft works and how the track races. We were just at a super speedway 2 weeks ago at Talladega. And Michigan is one of those tracks where it's one of the bigger tracks, but it's a lot of fun to race on that track. I believe I believe that's the 36 of Nike. Oh, it is. I believe it is Nike in the 36. Bingo back on board. Meanwhile, Kenny's still right behind Chevy. Kenny knows what he's doing. I mean, he's a veteran, experienced driver here in the Xfinity Series. So Kenny knows what he's doing. He's probably just gonna wait to make a move later in the race. I do that too sometimes. I get drivers confused all the time. Yeah. Especially sometimes I even get like the teammates confused with like the JRM cars. I'm like, oh, is that McCart or Speedy? Yeah, Kenny and Chivy have pulled away from Speed. I will give you one as soon as Jim crosses the finish line on the back. Oh, there's a wreck! The 16 of Always Eric! I don't know what happened to the 16. May have had contact with somebody and... yeah, went around. Wow. There is 11 to go. Yeah. Jim has moved up into 4th. Kenny and Chibby now, they're right. Kenny's right here now. He has finally been able to get right to that back bumper. Just kind of been sitting behind him for the last couple laps. Let's see what Kenny can do. Yeah, and Jim is catching that 8. Jim's probably not going to have enough time though unless a late caution comes out. Hey, two good drivers battling for the win at Charlotte. I'm up for that. Yeah, Chippy doing double duty tonight. Not only does he have this race, but after this, he's got the Cup race at Michigan. Yep. I'm back. I had to do something real quick, but I'm back. We got a battle for... oh, you got teammates back here battling the 0 and the 4. Bostic's gonna pass his teammate of the 4. Yeah, the team owner battling his own driver.
So, going up to the leaders now. From your perspective, if you're in Kenny's shoes right now, what would your thinking process be for the next final lap?
You know, I mean, but Chibi's been up front all day, so you kind of, I doubt he's gonna make a mistake. But if you're Kenny, maybe you try to give him a little bit of the bumper and see if it forces him up the track, and then try to get underneath him. That may be Kenny's best bet here.
Really hard to pass it due to the fact that excellent speed. However, some drivers that have an act of being able to
Yeah.
should be a hockey driver. But in the Cup Series, he kind of has that. I would say given talent, has that talent that he's one of the 5 times Cup Series winning very similar. And Kenny, Kenny also has pretty good season. And surprisingly, not all of it came from
Yeah.
he came in as a course racer, but he has done such a good job. I'm starting to think that he terrible. That's not a shame about this.
Oh, I just got the word from Joker. Believe this is the last lap for the leaders here. So let's see if Kenny can do something here in the turn 3 and 4. Oh, he's gonna send it in. Gives him the bumper. I don't think it's not gonna be enough. Chibi's gonna hold on, and Chibi is gonna win at Charlotte. Kenny gave it his all there.
Look, I would say something, and I'm not giving this credit for Kenny's action there, because that was what he had pretty much to do. But if he gave Chibi the bump and braked a little bit, he would have to be more slow down, because I know Chibi's a smart driver. He will brake as along and keep you behind him. So Kenny just gave him that bump and braked a little bit to disconnect the bumper, and Chibi slowed down.
Yeah.
But without a doubt, what a great effort from Kenny, and what a great race from Chibi overall.
Yeah, I gotta give it to those two. Chibi, I mean, you could say dominant in his hot seat in Xfinity. What a race. What an effort, too, from Kenny.
Yeah, that was...
As your top 3 are Chibi, Kenny, and Speed. And Jim got 4th, and McCard was 5th, and Brody got 6th.
So my picks didn't do so bad,
and Killer got 7th, Hendrick ended up getting 8th, McAvoy 9th, and Ballstick 10th. So you have three JD Motorsports cars in the top 10.
Yeah, that's some great speeds from these drivers too. Looking at the post-race lap times, Chevy with the 29.563. That is a cup time, and that's not a bad cup time.
Yeah. As we are going to only interview the winner, as we are running a bit on a time crunch. We're only going to interview the winner here, and then we will wrap it up.
Yeah, unless the leader may not have time, because again, like you said, we're on a time crunch. The leader was a hot seat, so he is currently having to join the Cup Series, being prepared for that.
Yeah, as long as those two, but we'll see what Chibi wants to do here.
Dude, ball stick man. Great person. It's funny. And Slick, just so you know, I know we're still on air, but the I believe doesn't many drivers for Cup Series, but it will still be a great and fun race because of
Yeah.
the lower drivers. It would create more of an anticipation.
Alright, well, since obviously we're on a time crunch, we won't have time to interview the winner. But congrats to Chibi on the win, and well, we're gonna wrap it up here at Charlotte for Slick and Papo. This is it from the Xfinity Series. We'll see you next week at the Charlotte Roval as tune in just a couple minutes as Cup Michigan will be getting underway in just a short bit. Thank you all for tuning in, and until next time, Slick and Papo, goodbye.
Bye.